Dignity, and I was thinking about it tonight, it is very powerful. Mhm. And it's the perfect way to contrast oneself to chaos, or in this case, myself, deception, desperation, anything that's around me that appears to be out of order. So tonight, I'm standing on something stronger than emotion. I'm standing on dignity. When others distort, derail, and deceive, I won't follow them into the mud. I don't need to scream over noise or flail in response to every jab, because dignity means knowing when to speak, when to pause, and when to let truth just stand untouched. You see, when you've done the work, submitted the evidence, and honored the process, you don't chase shadows. Let them scramble. Let them file at midnight. Let them overstep. Me, I'll wait in silence. No, in stillness, there's a difference. Because I know what I built, I know what I proved, and I know what dignity looks like. Yeah, dignity. I'm not going to be on long, and I say that each time, and then maybe depending on how I feel. But I think I've come on at least early enough to finish by 11. Okay. So, dignity isn't silence. No, it's restraint with purpose. I don't speak to everything, I don't match energy. I respond when it counts, with clarity, not chaos. You see, you don't have to match others' energies. And I've never really heard that said as much as I have since being on this platform, matching energies. You can't claim dignity while gaming the system. I'm going to go back to it. Filing unauthorized supplements, playing identity shell games, or flooding the docket doesn't earn respect. It exposes fear. So dignity, it doesn't need to be loud. Sometimes power is in holding your position without flinching, even when someone else is unraveling. Judges, this is what I understand. Respect parties who play fair. So while others bend the rules to distort timelines, I followed instructions. I gave the court what it asked, nothing more, nothing less. I spoke about this just last night. Desperation reveals itself. Dignity doesn't have to. No. So when someone, keeps rifling, I'll say rifling through, or refiling, I kind of think of it almost one and the same. Rifling through, looking through old arguments, and then refiling them dressed up in new words. It's not strategy. Some might even call it panic. Dignity is knowing the record is already strong. I don't need to chase distortions. I already submitted, over 100 pages, carefully built on truth. That speaks louder than any filing. Let them test the court's patience. I won't. I respect this process, this court, and my own work too much to engage in theatrics. Real credibility. Real credibility isn't reactive. It's steady. D for dignity shows up in consistency. I've been consistent. My case has been consistent. My evidence has been consistent. Last night, in case you missed it, I read from a couple of pages from my complaint. You can check it out on the main, I believe it's in I know it's in the total broadcast. Yeah. Back to D for dignity. Every overstep, overreach, they make it only tightens their own trap. The more they do outside the rules, the clearer the contrast becomes, and the stronger my position grows. Dignity. It's your self defense, it's my defense. When all else just feels unjust. And sometimes I felt that way. I'm talking about in the past, like some of this is just so unjust. It can feel that way, especially in the face of deception. Yeah. I don't need to get even. I just need to stay aligned with the truth and let the storm just burn itself out. Yeah. I'll say D for dignity. Have you ever heard when someone says a person has an edge? Have you ever heard that? Like in business, at work? What gives someone the edge? And I'm going to think of dignity as that something to give me the edge. Mm-hmm. And I'll just have to stand on that. D for dignity. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah. Tonight is D for dignity. Analyze this mess because somebody has to say it. I'm not going down in this. Some of this is beyond, it's deeper than the gutter. I don't know how do you go deeper than a gutter, but it is some of it is really frightening. That's all I'm going to categorize it. Some of it is frightening. I just didn't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 So if you knew, then you might have a better understanding why I say some things that I do. All right. Yeah, please hit the like on your way out. And I said, join me sometime tomorrow. But now it's time to say good night. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Have a peaceful sleep. Yeah.